All right, welcome back. Super excited for this episode. I'm actually pretty surprised that I haven't already talked about this, but I got requested all the time this past month. I sent out a survey through email and social media, reached out to everybody that works with us and said, hey, what would you like me to talk about here in November to finish out the year that could help you close more deals? And it was social media. And like I said, I was shocked that I haven't already talked about this. Granted, we have a course online that just launched. It's a super in-depth 70-page packet, multiple module course that you can go buy, but people wanted just a basic overview on YouTube. So that's what we're going to talk about today. So hang tight, go grab your notes like always. You're going to want to take a ton. Grab a pen. We're going to go through social media and how to convert leads in your market from simple reels and a social media brand that'll help you convert more deals. That's the whole goal of today's episode. So hang tight, super excited for this one. Now, let's talk November. Those that have been watching this channel, you know that we prioritize education more than anything. You can knock 10 doors, I can knock 10 doors. You close one, I close 9. The only difference there is that my skill set is higher. I've put in more reps, I've practiced more, I've read more books, I've knocked more doors, and so I can convert more people. So as a realtor, as a salesperson, you have to prioritize your education. So this last quarter of 2024, we've prioritized mindset because most salespeople right now either are on track to hit their goals and they're locked in, or they're not and they're checking out. Real estate, most realtors check out this time of year. They're done. They're not going to hit their goals. They're doing family vacations. They're checking out year-end parties. But the opposite should be what you're hunting. You should put more gas on the fire. Granted, still spend time with family, but prioritize your schedule to close more deals. So if we can focus on the mind and understand how to be more disciplined, increase our mental health, be more focused, control our emotional regulation at a higher pace, then you'll close more deals. So this last month in October, we read The 5-Second Rule by Mel Robbins. Incredible book. Just understanding that we get inclinations all the time to do good things, to follow through on our business plan, to have a productive day. But sometimes there's a little tiny space where we decide not to do it. In that space, you have to be able to breathe, count to 5, and then go. So that habit, even though it's simple, it's not easy to apply. So we learned all about that last month. This month, here in November, I'm introducing all of you to James Lawrence, the Iron Cowboy. You're going to love him. He's the guy that did 50 Ironmans in 50 days in 50 states in a row. About 10 years ago. And then recently, a couple years ago, he did 100 in 100 days in the same place. And I ran with him and did the Ironman on the 100th day. Incredible experience. You're going to learn about mental strength from him more than anybody else that you've listened to. Yes, even David Goggins. My opinion, that James Lawrence is more well-versed in this than David Goggins himself. So super excited to dive into that. Cool. Last announcement real quick before we dive into social media. Our ROLEPLAY group is blowing up. We have realtors all over Canada, all over the United States that are asking about our ROLEPLAY, that are joining, that are seeing a quick turnaround on their results. We had someone join, they closed 2 deals within 30 days, joined our main coaching program, and they're blown up. We had someone from California join the ROLEPLAY group. He got a listing 4 days later. We have someone in New York that picked up 3 deals from getting in the ROLEPLAY. Why does it work? Because when you can focus on your skill set and you go and knock those 10 doors, you can close more people. You know how to overcome the objections. You know how to help them. You know how to solve their problems. So you can close more deals. So if you haven't joined yet, join. It's one of the best value adds that Dwayne and I can give you and give this community is simply providing an environment where you can rub shoulders with the best of the best. If you have any questions, here's my phone number, 702-525-5766. Reach out. Ask me any questions. You're more than welcome to even come for a day or two and check it out. But really, we just want you to commit to yourself. You are your greatest asset, so invest in that. $200 a month for that type of a return. There's nothing like that in the real estate industry. Okay, here we go. Let's dive into social media. What you'll see in the next 20, 25 minutes is that how we're going to talk about social media is going to be very different than probably how you've heard about social media in your brokerage, in other realtors, or what you're seeing online. Last year, when I started this program with my business partner, Dwayne Richens, him and I knew nothing about social media. We didn't have an online presence. We didn't have a YouTube. We didn't have Instagram. We had nothing. And you fast forward about a year, and between him and I, we've probably released over 100,000 pieces of content through podcasts, YouTube, Instagram, stories, interviews we've done, posts, engagements, everything that we've done. And it's been a wild ride. And so I want to break this down to you so that no matter your market, you can go and apply these principles and convert people through social media. Right now, you guys are watching this on a social media platform. You're understanding that when you want to learn a topic, you go, how to blank, how to convert leads on social media. You went to YouTube. I have a video on that. And now we can interact with each other. So understanding how the platforms work and what their different algorithms are, you'll be able to go into your market and close more people. Now, here's one thing that I want to tell you. When I first got into this, like I said, didn't know anything about social media. And so I knew that the only competitive advantage I could take part in was information. I knew that there were books on books on books on this topic. And all I had to do was go get access to it, because we're irresponsible in today's age to not succeed in whatever industry we're in because of the amount of information that's out there. So I went and interviewed some of the best people I knew that were killing it on social media, that were actually converting leads. And I said, hey, what literature do I need to go read? And so I got a long list of books. I bought them all. And I went literally and locked myself in my room, pulled more all-nighters than I ever have in my life. And I just consumed as much as I could. I went through Russell Brunson. I went through Gary Vee. I read all these books on how to present an offer and how to build your brand on social media. I jumped into Alex Hormozy and picked up his books. And I just consumed as much as I could. And then I went and applied it and I tried it. Okay, and that's not working. So I went and read another book. And now it's working. And so I kept doing that. Then I tried something else. And it was this massive R&D project, like Alex Hormozy talks about, how you essentially your first year is just a research and development period. Go and try as much as you can and then see what sticks. And so my platform on Instagram, at this point in time, 4,000 organic followers that are engaging every day with me. I'm getting almost 1,000 people to watch each story that I post because they're organic people that I've connected with. On my personal page in my local market in St. George, Utah, that page is almost at 2,000 followers. I've closed almost 10 people now at this point from social media that I knew nothing about a year ago. And how am I doing that? Today we're going to talk about that. So if you want to understand how to passively have your business grow and make a lot of money with engaging with people on social media, you can have no social media, watch this video, and I'm telling you at the end, you'll be able to crush it. And if you have any other questions, either reach out to me at the end of this video. I'll have my number here at the bottom, or go buy our course online. It's 6 or 7 modules long, and it comes with a 70-page PDF that'll walk you through all the little tiny details. So I'm telling you, you don't have to be a genius at social media. Go buy that course. Today's just going to be a simple overview, but you can buy that course and convert people within a 12-month span simply by applying its principles. I've already paid for the coaches. I've already bought the books. Don't go do that. Let me train you how to do this. I'm not an expert, but what I've learned in the past 12 months has been incredible, and I'm going to share that with you today. All right, here we go. Let's dive into this. Grab a pad of paper. We're probably going to take about 10 pages of notes. Grab a pen and let's dive into this. The first thing we're going to talk about is why social media works. It's super important that you understand this principle and why it works, because if you don't get behind this, then you're not going to want to do this. I've worked with a lot of realtors at this point, and those that take off, that convert leads on social media, they understand this principle, so they get bought into it. Those that don't, they don't. So let's talk about this. Why does social media work? The first thing is I want you to ask yourself, when is the first time that you get on social media? Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, check your messages. When's the first time you touch your phone every day? It's probably right when you wake up. The national average is within, I think, 10, 15 minutes. So the first thing people are doing is they're on their phones. Your sellers, your neighbors, buyers, investors that you're going to work with, they're on their phone. So you should go get on there and have something for them to watch. One of the best books that I've read recently is Gary Vee's Day Trading Attention. You want to trade their attention. You want to go see what they're looking and pull them to your page. You don't have to be the best. You just have to be the most known in your market. That's it. You don't have to be a top dog. You want to have your face, your product in front of them as often as you can. That's it. So why does it work? Because people are there. That's where they are. You need to expose yourself to them where they are, when they're there, with the right messaging. So that's the first thing. The second thing is people spend on an average 6 to 8 hours on their phone, just scrolling, just simply touching their phone and scrolling. So you should have the algorithms working to your advantage to be in front of them. If I go door knock for 4 hours a day and I'm done and I go back to the office, that's it. That's all the time that I inputted to prospect. No one else is going to hear my message for the rest of the day. Same thing if you cold call, leave hangers, whatever your form of prospecting is, but not social media. You can produce one reel and it'll run for the rest of eternity 24/7 to all your ideal clients. If there was a way to prospect while you're sleeping, wouldn't you do that? That's what social media is. I have a reel that's been running for 5 months and I just closed another deal. It's my third deal off that one reel. And the messaging was so good, the music was so good, and it was designed right to target the right pain point. And here I am still closing deals off of that. So get behind this. Why does it work? Because your customers are there. And so find the right message to communicate to them. If you go on my Instagram right now to stgeorgerealtor.jeremy, you can see the reel that I'm talking about. And I'll have my social media team put this on the screen. But there's one that talks about the pain point of my ideal clients. I know where they're coming from. They're coming from snowy weather. I know why they end up moving here. So I have that text on screen. I run the reel. It's been shared almost 200 times. It's got almost 40,000 views. And this one just targets Salt Lake City of homeowners that are coming down here. And that was posted a long time ago. So when you're diving into social media, you've really got to get behind that your ideal client is spending so much time on here. And so you need to have something to be able to give to them. Okay. The second part about social media. Now you understand why it works. Now you have that belief and that conviction behind it. Because if you don't have the conviction, you're not going to do this. The second thing is you have to understand your avatar. Avatar meaning your ideal client. The biggest thing that realtors are getting wrong is they think their avatar is race, is the type of home they're buying, very basic surface level things. That's not an avatar. An avatar is pain points. It's their hobbies. What makes them smile? What makes them sad? Why are they moving? What is that experience like? I heard once that if you can touch the heart of your ideal client, if they can feel that online right now, like as I get goosebumps, if they can feel that, then they'll automatically think that you're an expert because no one else has been able to do that. And no one else has been able to communicate to their heart what they've been feeling about the relocation or moving process. If you can do that, you can pinpoint that on your avatar, you'll crush it. So how do you do that? Go look at all the top pages in your area, all the top realtors in your area, and look what's working. What's their messaging? What's their most viral reels? What are people commenting on those? And just do research and look at their comments and look at their pages and where are they spending their time. And then you create a reel, throw it out there. If it does well, cool. You pinpoint your avatar's pain point. If it doesn't do well, you didn't do that. And so for your first 30 to 90 days, all you're doing is posting research and development. You're just trying to figure out if you can pinpoint that messaging. Alex Hormozi talks about how in your first year, everything should be research and development. That's it. Every piece of content, everything you're doing is research and development. So how do you figure out who your avatar is? Go watch all the popular pages, figure out how they're communicating to them, where these avatars are spending time, and then create content that speaks to them directly. The third thing, you got to learn how to optimize your profile. I'm all in on Instagram. I'm all in on YouTube for both profiles. Here with door-to-door real estate and our coaching, and then also my local market. You need to understand which platforms are designed for what purposes and how to optimize them. So go to your page, your profile picture, your handle name, your description, your bio, all of that is specifically designed for Instagram to take your profile, put it in front of the ideal client so that they come to your page and they stay there. So understand how to optimize that. In your bio saying buy, sell, or invest isn't going to work. You got to go all in on your avatar. Speak to their pain points. Talk about your authority and why should they stay on your page. Your reels are great. They're going to go find ideal clients, bring them back to your page. And then when they look at your page, it's either follow or not follow. And so how you format that page and what you do to optimize your profile is so important. And we talk about that in the course that you can buy on our website. The PDF packet that goes with that will dive into how to optimize your profile, what to do with your picture. But right now, go look at both of my personal page and my business page, and you'll see what I'm talking about. If I go to my personal page, I don't say buy, sell, or invest. I say, I'm going to help you make St. George your home. I'm showing you the best of St. George and real estate. And my handle is stgeorgerealtor.jeremy. That way, when people type in St. George Realtor, automatically my profile is optimized to put me in front of them. And so you need to do that in your market. You need to figure out how to optimize your page and which parts of your bio you can actually do that. The coolest part about this is when you're sleeping, when you're with family, when you're on listing presentations, when you're out prospecting, Instagram in the background and all these social media platforms, they're constantly prospecting for you. It's as if you had an assistant. They're out looking for your ideal client to pull them back to your page. So just like Gary Vee talks about, you can day trade that attention. You can swap the attention over here and keep them on your page. And so that to me is the coolest part about optimizing your page is you're now training Instagram, social media to be an assistant for you. I've had people that have followed me from my reels at 3 a.m. while I'm sleeping. How cool is that? If you don't understand the power that that has, then you need to get behind it and optimize your page so that you can be with family, be with God, prospect, take care of your clients while this is happening in the background. Number 3, the lead magnet. This part we dive a ton into that module, into the course and the packet. So you'll probably want to take a look at that. But just in an overview, Instagram, the difference between posting funny reels that don't convert, that your friends and family and neighbors might like and do the laughing emojis in the comments, versus actually having clients interact with you and convert with you. The difference right there is it's a lead magnet, meaning when you have a listing and you go to post it, you don't put the address in the video or the description. You say, comment this word. That's called getting them to raise their hand. So you're essentially asking these potential clients, who wants to engage with me? When you put a story on your stories, you put a poll or that slide bar, and you're getting them to engage with you by saying, hey, I want to talk to you. And then you go to your DMs and you talk to them. It's called a lead magnet. You need something to entice them to want to engage with you. On top of that, you also want to build some type of freemium, and you put that in your bio description. You don't want to have 1,200 invitations or lead magnets, your calendar, and reach out to me for a free consult. No one's going to call you for a free consultation because you put that on your bio. No one's doing that. But if you have like a relocation guide or best neighborhoods if I had 3 kids, or which neighborhood would you want to live in if you had teenagers? Or if I were to relocate or buy my first home, I'd consider these areas. If that was your freemium that you're giving away, that they could download for free, you capture their name, their phone number, their email, that's a free lead. It didn't cost you anything. And they're raising their hand saying, I want that. You give it to them. You've provided them value. And now they're going to engage back with you. Then you can set up on the back end a way to track these guys so that you can then slowly start to reach out to them. And then over time, you're the realtor that they choose to work with because again, you're not the best in your market. You're the most known and you're the one that touched their heart and provided value to them. And people buy from people. They're not buying from robots, at least at this point when this video came out, but they're buying from people. And so if you can provide that value, show that you're an industry expert, game over. Now you have free leads coming into you all the time. There's a reel, if you go to my personal page, talking about an investment property. If I was a family up in this area looking for an investment property down in southern Utah that could store all my toys, I'd want to check out this area. And the reel was awesome. I had 29 people that reached out for information on that community because I didn't say the neighborhood and I didn't give away all the details. And then I converted 3 of them. 2 of them are under contract and 1 already closed. And so when you learn how to design your content like that and you have a way for your customers to raise their hand, then they'll reach out with you. A lot of you have probably gone to door-to-door real estate. You follow me on Instagram. I give out free stuff all the time. Weekly planning templates, quarterly templates, how to build your business plan, how to door knock, the basics of the listing presentation. A lot of you have asked for that. A lot of you have gotten it. And then over time, we end up working together because I gave you free value. So that's number 3. You got to have some type of lead magnet that you're giving out to your clients. 2 left. Number 4, growing your audience. You could have the perfect reel with the perfect messaging and everything's beautiful. Your profile is optimized and you have 5 followers. No one's going to see it. And so you have to actively every day grow your audience. And this is what's helped me a ton on both pages. When I first started the door-to-door real estate coaching platform on Instagram, I would actively go hunt down realtors, engage with them, show them that I was interested in them, and they would come back and follow me. And I tried to get 25 to 50 followers a day. So I had in my schedule about an hour to go do this. On my St. George local page, I did this as well. I went to the top trending pages in the area, and I would go see who was commenting on that. I'd like their comment, respond to their comment, go to their page, like 3 of their posts, comment on one of them, and follow them. And within 5-10 minutes, they'd follow back. It was awesome. And so every day you have to aggressively go grow that audience. You need eyeballs on your page. And to me, that's been the best way to grow my audience, is not only have a page that's optimized, but provide good content, which we'll talk about, but then also go get them, go find them and bring them back to your page. And again, Gary Vee's book, right? This is such a good book, talks about that. You want to day trade that attention. You want to figure out where their attention is, build a relationship with them. It's called a parasocial relationship, and then pull them back to your page. Boom. Now they follow you. Now, when you go post that reel, or you post your listing, or you post that you have a buyer, or you go to your story, now you have local eyeballs on your account. And that's why I can go at almost 2,000 followers on my personal page and convert 10 deals a year, because they're actually organic, real humans that live in my market. On the door-to-door page, it's the same. I don't have random people. They're realtors worldwide that I went out and found that are following me on my page. All right, number 5, the last one, and then we'll wrap this up, is content creation. Content creation is so important. Most realtors aren't consistent because they don't know what to post. So let me give you my best tips on how to do this so that you can easily know what to post. There's 3 buckets that you're going to want to create. You want local content. So best bakeries, local events, best parks. If you were relocating here, this is what I would do in the summer. Local content that can be shared throughout the community. So your name grows and grows and grows. I just did one on a local Halloween spot, and it was shared almost 100 times, 5,000 views, and I got 100 local followers from that one reel. That's what I want. I want local content shared throughout the community. The second one is real estate. You want best community tours. You want home tours. You want neighborhood tours. But don't just show the house. Show the neighborhood and those pain points about why they would want to be there. And then the last one is going to be what are called POV, the text on screen. If you go to my door-to-door real estate page or my personal page, you'll see there's a lot of text on screen. That works if you know your avatar really well. And so for me, what I do is I go to adventure pages or homeschool pages, and they have the best text on screen. I'll pull from them, and then on my Instagram, I have a folder like in my messages. If I see a video I like because I stopped scrolling, I put that in the folder. And then when I go to create content, I have all these ideas. So the biggest issue realtors have with content creation, it is solved because you have a whole folder with these 3 buckets. Now you just need to slightly tweak the text on screen, slightly tweak how they did that home tour, slightly tweak the local content, and then boom, you're good to go. And you can rotate through these 3. So scheduling, how's this going to work? What's worked for me is on Thursday through Sunday, I'll gather all my content. So it's in that folder. On Monday, I'll go into that folder and I'll say, okay, I need a real estate one, a local one, and then I need a text on screen. Okay, what do I need to record for that? And then on Monday, I've got a 2-hour block where I'll go record that content, upload the videos, and then I'll release it Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. And then you sit back once you release the piece of content and did it do well? Did people engage with it? Did I get the text on screen right? Did I know my avatar? And then it's this curious mind of what worked, what didn't work. Okay, let me try this. Was it the lighting? Was the music bad? Was my transitions bad? Is the video quality bad? Or is it good? And if you take that approach and go every single week without fail, all of a sudden you'll do what Alex Hormozi talks about, where you did all this R&D. Now you know exactly what your community wants. You know exactly what the pain points are of your avatar. And now you have this system where you can show up, be consistent week in and week out. And that's the goal. Because again, Instagram, if you're not consistent, they'll keep you at the bottom. It's called they'll shadow ban you. To get out of that, you have to be consistent and engage with your audience. The last thing I'm going to say about content creation is go to your stories. Remember, your stories are basically like TV shows in today's era. No one really sits down and watches a TV show anymore, at least as much as they were in the past. but people will go to your stories. They want to know what you're doing. And if they know that every Tuesday, Jeremy takes his family to the local market, I want to see Jeremy and his family at the local market. It's now basically a TV show that they can watch and they can interact with you. That's where they trust you because, again, people buy from people. So when you have these reels going out, people will engage with you. Your stories are then meant to build that relationship. So I show stories of my kids, my morning routine, working with clients, listings, real estate, and it's a little drip of everything. But then I just get more attention, and people have that relationship with me. So then when they're ready to transact, they transact. Okay, so let's bring this full circle. So hopefully today, by these 6 steps, you understood at least more than you did when we started about social media and how to convert deals. We're not talking about doing funny videos. So if that's what's holding you back from doing social media from a real estate perspective, don't worry. That's not what we're talking about. We're talking about how to convert people from social media in the background while you're prospecting. And so you can go out and knock doors or cold call and go find now business and build this in the background. If I can do this in 12 months, you can do this. I went out and paid for all the coaches. I paid for all the books. I broke this down so that you tomorrow can go apply this. Now, for those that watch this full thing, I'm going to give you something for free that really costs quite a bit of money. I am more than happy to hop on a call and do a free Zoom call and do an audit on your social media, give you free tips from what we learned. If you come with questions, I'll hop on there and do an audit for you. Reach out to me. I'm more than happy to do this. If you want to know more and explode your social media, go buy our course. The modules are detailed. They're 10 to 20 minutes long each. There's a 70-page packet that you can dive in. The feedback we've gotten from that is that it's the most detailed, broken down packet on social media, and it was super cheap. People have paid thousands of dollars to not get what they got in this course. So if you have any more questions and you want to dive into this and you're really behind social media, and this video was a good introduction to that for you, then go get the course. But before you do that, I'm more than happy to give away a free call where I can talk to you about your social media and give you some free tips. Hopefully today was super beneficial. Again, social media is incredible because that's where your customers are. If you can really learn how to get in front of them with the right message and be consistent, you'll close a lot of deals. I'll catch you next time.